Dear students, in today's practicals, we are going to learn about the different types of the banquet setup styles. So before we actually move on to the banquet setup styles, as we know, there are different varieties of the banquet setups. So first of all, as you are watching that in this restaurant, so many chairs and tables and one particular setup has been there. So in the first instance, we will have to remove all the badwas, cruet sets, and the ashtray which are lying on the table. And for that, we are going to take the help of the salver. We will have to visit each and every table, and from each and every table, we'll have to remove the badwas, cruet set, and the ashtray, and that all the things we'll have to keep it at the side station only. Now, as you see, I have removed all the ashtray, badwas and cruet set, and along with the salver, I have kept it at that particular side station. That is side station number 2 for this particular restaurant. Now, why I have kept it at the side station? Because after doing the setups, maybe we would be requiring some of the badwas in order to keep it at the table. The rest of the badwas, cruet set, and the ashtray, we are going to keep it inside the side stations, and then we will have to vacant our salver. Moving to the tablecloth. While removing the tablecloth, the top one, as you know very well, is called the slip cloth, and while removing this slip cloth, we will have to fold it nicely. And this slip cloth also, we will have to place it at the side station only. So now, as you are watching, I have been removing the slip cloth. Now this is the tablecloth. It has also been removed. And while removing it, we will have to fold it nicely. And both the slip cloth, this one is the slip cloth and this one is the tablecloth, this yellow one, both the things we'll have to keep it at the side station. Likewise, we will have to remove all the slip cloth and tablecloth of all the tables, and next to it we would be requiring the chairs. For requiring the chairs for any kind of a setup, so it would be better, rather than removing all the chairs, we'll have to keep all the chairs aside. You must have seen a very important part while removing the chairs, like chairs and table should not be dragged. It should be picked properly and it should be kept at the corner. Now I am removing the table. Likewise, we need to remove the tables and the rest of the things from the restaurant. Hello. Dear students, in today's practicals, we are going to learn about a next type of a banquet setup, and this banquet setup is basically called the herringbone. The other name of this particular setup is also called fishbone. Now, I am going to explain you each and everything about it. Let's first do the setup. Here exactly, if you will see, what we have been trying to do is, we have been trying to align the tables in such a format so that it will look as if these tables are nothing but these are the bones of a fish. You will have to keep on you will have to keep on looking onto the alignment of the table till the time the alignment will have to keep on doing till the time you will see from the front. You will have to go to the front and you will have to see whether all the tables are actually looking like the bones of the fish or not. Now I think it is clear. Now it is a time to place the chairs. As I told you initially also, in the initial practicals also regarding the banquet setup, whenever we are placing the chairs and tables, all the chairs and tables are supposed to be picked up properly and they are not supposed to be dragged. Now our table is ready. Now our table is ready and we have also placed the chairs at the right place. Now it is a time for laying down the tablecloth. While laying down the tablecloth also, a very important thing that has to be kept in our mind is the fall of the tablecloth is supposed to be even from all the four sides. So before you are actually laying down the another tablecloth, see the fall of the tablecloth from all the four sides. The fall of the tablecloth supposed to be even. And while laying down the tablecloth, we'll have to keep on checking its fall. Wherever we have been finding the fall is not even or uniform, then in that case or in that scenario, we'll have to make the fall of the tablecloth even. Now as you see, all the tablecloths have been laid down properly. Now it is a time to place the bud vase at the center of the table. And likewise, side by side, we need to keep the glass. As we know very well, all the glasses are supposed to be placed on the right hand side of the guest and should be placed on the top of the coaster only. Once the glass and the bud vase has been placed, next you will have to place the notepad. and if you are having the pen or the pencil having the logo of the hotel, so that has to be placed on the notepad in a diagonal fashion. We need to place the bud vase at the head table also, along with pen and the notepad, and glass on the coaster. Now as you see, our fishbowl setup is done. Now let me to tell you some of the things which is related to this setup, where what are the positive aspects of it and what are the negative aspects of it. The first very positive aspects of it is, if you will see from the guest point of view, here considering all the guests has been occupying these chairs, so all the guests, or maybe you can say that all the participants are actually facing towards to the guests. Like if some of the participants has been occupying the first table, that particular guest is also facing towards to the main podium or facing towards to the main stage. So this is the first advantage of this kind of a setup. Moving to the second advantage of this kind of a setup, as we have done in the case of classroom setup also, here we have been providing the table to each participant. And how come this table is going to benefit the guest? By using this table can be used for writing down any kind of a note. So it becomes very handy for the participants also to note down or to jot down anything by using these notepads. Third, which is very, very important aspect, is not even this particular table is going to help all the participants to note down or to jot down the things which has been going on in the seminar or maybe in the meeting. Along with that, this particular table can also be used in order to do the service of food and beverage. So any kind of food and beverage which is pre-plated can be served by using these tables. Now moving to the negative aspects of this kind of a setup. The negative aspects of this kind of a setup is, like for take here examples, here we have kept only 2 chairs. So rather than keeping the 2 chairs, if we would have kept the 3 chairs, then the person or the guest who would be sitting at the middle would find it very difficult to move or out during the functions. So that is a kind of a restriction which is over there. Second thing, as we know, in order to make a free movement of all the participants, we'll have to keep some area free in between. These area that we have been keeping free in between is basically called as an alley. So alley is one more important thing. Next to it is, here we have been using the table, and the table has been used in an inclined or in an angled pattern. So these tables are occupying too much of a space. And if these tables are going to occupy too much of a space, then automatically it is going to reduce the overall seating capacity of the banquet. And last but not the least, as we know very well, like all the participants are facing towards to the main podium or towards to the head table. So there is very least possibility or the probability of the chances like any of the guests is going easily be able to interact with the guest who would be sitting just behind to that guest. So the interaction between the guests is somewhat hindered, is somewhat not possible. And as far as this particular setup is concerned, this particular setup is primarily used for any training purpose, for any conference purpose, or it can be used for giving any sort of a lecture purpose also. That's it for now.